Hey, what's up, guys? Today we are going to learn about oxidation and reduction reaction depending on the electronic concept. This is my third lecture on oxidation and reduction reaction. If you don't watch the previous video, then you can watch from the link that I will give in the description box below. However, let's get started. Well, oxidation and reduction. What does this means? Well, oxidation. Oxidation is the process, right, in which electrons are removed from an atom or ion. That is, oxidation is the removal of electron. Here, you know that the oxidation state of sodium is 0 here, but here the oxidation state of sodium is +1, right? Because sodium is releasing 1 electron here. Okay, what do you mean by reduction? Reduction is also a process, right? Reduction involves the addition of electron to an atom or ion, right? Reduction is the addition of electron to an atom or ion. However, you know that this is chlorine and the oxidation state of chlorine here is 0, and if you add 1 electron then you are getting chloride ion. So this is happening in reduction process. Well, now tell me, what is oxidation reaction and what is reduction reactions, right? Well, in plural form I'm using here reactions that involve the transfer of one or more electrons from one reactant to another reactant are called oxidation or reduction reactions, right? So in oxidation reaction, one reactant will achieve electron and the other reactant will release electron, right? So here you see that sodium is releasing electron and chlorine is accepting electron, right? So this is oxidation reduction reaction. However, what is oxidation reaction? This is very similar to oxidation process. You can define it. Oxidation was here. Oxidation reaction is a reaction in which an atom or ion loses one or more electrons, right, and becomes charged into more electronegative, more electropositive, or less electronegative state. If you see, this is a oxidation reaction because this is being here more electropositive, right, and less less electronegative state, right, and it is releasing one electron. You can represent this reaction by this way or by this way, right? Here one electron is releasing, right? Well, what is reduction reaction, right? This is very similar to reduction. Reduction reaction is a reaction in which an atom or an ion gains one or more electrons and become charged into less electropositive or more electronegative state. Well, you see that the oxidation state of M here is 0, but if you add 1 electron then you are getting the oxidation state of M is -1, right? So well, so we see that the charge of M here is increasing in case of electronegative state, right? But in case of electropositive state we are getting lower, right? So this is very easy. You can remember it. Well, you may be familiar with redox reaction, right? Re means reduction Red means reduction and ox means oxidation. If you add two, then you are getting redox, right? Well, you know that oxidation is the process whereby a reactant lose one or more electrons, right? On the other hand, reduction is the opposite process whereby a reactant gives one or more electrons, right? Oxidation and reaction are complementary and simultaneous process, right? And they also occur together. We cannot differentiate. We cannot get only oxidation reaction, right? If we get oxidation reaction, then of course we will get reduction reaction. That is why they occur together. That is why these two reaction of the oxidation reaction, that is oxidation reaction and reduction reaction, together are called redox reaction, right? Well, in together oxidation and reduction reaction is called redox reaction. You can remember it. Well, I'm going to explain it again. Redox. Red means reduction and ox means oxidation. Please remember it. Well, A and B are two reactants, right? Well, the oxidation state of A is here 0 and the oxidation state of B is here 0. But when electron, but here if you see the oxidation state of A is positive 1 and the oxidation state of B is negative 1. That is, here we are getting loss of electron, that is, this is oxidation process, and here we are gaining electron, that is, this is reduction process. Well, observe here, this is sulfate radical, right? The oxidation of sulfate is -2 and the oxidation of copper is here 2 plus. If you take copper here 2 plus and sulfate 2 minus, these 2 plus and 2 minus will vanish each other, so you will get this this compound, right? Copper sulfate. So zinc plus copper sulfate, here oxidation state of zinc is 0 and the oxidation state of here copper is 2 plus and here the oxidation state of sulfate is 2 minus, right? So we'll get zinc sulfate and copper. This is our product, right? So if I write this reaction like this, so we'll get zinc copper, right? Zinc is giving 2 electron to copper and copper is becoming copper 2 plus is becoming copper, and since zinc is giving 2 electron, so zinc is being 2 plus. If I write this reaction like this, zinc is releasing 2 electron, right? So this is oxidation reaction, and here copper is gaining 2 electron. This is reduction reaction. If I add these two reaction, that is oxidation reaction and reduction reaction, then I am getting this. Well, these two electron will be vanished, so we are getting zinc copper, zinc 2 plus copper, that is this, right? So now we can understand this. Well, A and B are two different reactants, right? And they will react with each other and we'll get this product and this product, right? Now let me explain what is oxidation, what is reduction, what is oxidizing agent, and what is reducing agent. I will give some idea. Well, A is losing electron, right? This is electron, here there is no electron. A is losing electron and A is being A is oxidized. A, after releasing electron, is oxidized. That is, the substance or reactant which will release or give electron is called reducing agent. Here A is reducing agent. Reducing agent will give will give electron, and reducing agent itself will be oxidized, right? Well, the reaction in which electron will be released is called oxidation, right? Here oxidation. So this reaction is called oxidation reaction. On the other hand, this reaction, B is gaining electron here, and after, so the substance that will gain electron is called oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent will after oxidizing agent after gaining electron will be reduced, right? So here is a reduction because in this reaction electron gaining is happening, right? Well, zinc plus copper sulfate here, zinc sulfate plus copper. The oxidation state of copper is 2 plus and sulfate is 2 minus. Zinc here 2 plus and sulfate is 2 minus, and copper is 0. Oxidation, right? Here zinc is releasing 2 electron here, 2 electron. So zinc is a reducing agent as it is reducing 2 electron. After releasing electron, this reducing agent is oxidized here. This is oxidized state, and the oxidation number of zinc here 2 plus. Here the oxidation state of copper is 2 plus, but here the oxidation state of copper is 0. That is, after gaining 2 electron, copper is going to copper 0. That is, oxidizing agent, well, is reduced here after gaining 2 electron. So you have to remember what is reducing agent, what is oxidizing agent, how reducing agent is oxidized, how oxidizing agent is reduced, okay, what is oxidation reaction, what is reduction reaction, what is redox reaction, right? I will give you some trick to remember this in my later video. So thank you for viewing this video. Be well.